Before the city wakes up, before traffic fills the roads, before offices open, before successful people post motivational quotes online, someone is already working. A farmer stands alone in a field. A laborer lifts weight his body was never designed to carry forever. A mother calculates how to feed a family with money that disappears too quickly. And yet, many of these people spend their lives feeling behind, not because they are lazy, not because they lack intelligence, but because society quietly changed the meaning of human worth. 1. The invisible race. Somewhere along the way, life stopped being about living and became a race. Earn more, buy more, upgrade more, compete more, look successful, look modern, look educated. And slowly, people stopped asking, "Am I happy?" They started asking, "Am I falling behind?" A man who once wanted peace now feels ashamed because he cannot afford status. A farmer who feeds thousands feels small in front of someone wearing a suit. A laborer who works 14 hours feels inferior to someone speaking fluent corporate language. And without realizing it, millions entered a competition they were never emotionally prepared for. 2. The weight nobody could see. Imagine carrying a heavy stone every single day, but nobody around you can see it. That is how invisible pressure feels. Pressure to earn more. Pressure to repay loans. Pressure to improve lifestyle. Pressure to prove worth. Pressure to survive in a world constantly moving faster. And the cruelest part? Many people carrying the heaviest burdens receive the least understanding. Society often sees the result of struggle, but not the psychological weight behind it. 3. The people holding everything together. The farmer is called low class, yet if he stops working, entire cities panic. The laborer is ignored, yet entire buildings rise through his exhausted hands. The poor are often treated as weak, yet they survive pressures that would mentally break many others. And still, many of them live one emergency away from collapse. One failed crop, one hospital bill, one unpaid loan, one bad season, one moment of hopelessness. Sometimes people do not break because they are weak. They break because pressure continued longer than hope. 4. The silent psychological trap. Modern society promised everyone a better life. But quietly, it also created endless comparison. Every screen says, "You are not enough yet." Every advertisement says, "Upgrade your life." Every success story says, "Run faster." And slowly, human beings stopped feeling valuable for who they are. Now value feels connected to income, status, appearance, and social approval. Even honest people begin feeling like failures for not becoming rich fast enough. 5. The distance between people and knowledge. A child speaks naturally in the language of home, dreams in it, feels emotions in it, understands life through it. But then the modern world often tells that child, to succeed, first learn to think like someone else. And many intelligent people slowly become silent, not because intelligence is missing, but because confidence disappears when knowledge feels emotionally distant. A society cannot demand world-class performance while keeping understanding far away from ordinary people. That creates imitation instead of creativity, pressure instead of curiosity, fear instead of participation. 6. The most painful misunderstanding. Maybe the poor were never asking for luxury. Maybe they were asking for breathing space, a fair chance to understand systems, a fair chance to grow slowly, a fair chance to live without constant humiliation, a fair chance to fail without feeling worthless. Because when society only celebrates winners, millions suffer silently believing their pain is personal failure, even when the weight they carry was never equal to begin with. 7. The moment a civilization changes, a society begins healing. The moment it stops asking, "Why are people struggling?" and starts asking, "How much invisible pressure have people been carrying for years?" The moment we stop measuring intelligence through accent. The moment dignity no longer depends on income. The moment development includes human understanding, not just economic numbers. Because real progress is not when a few people become rich. Real progress is when ordinary people no longer feel small inside their own country. Maybe the greatest tragedy was never poverty itself. Maybe it was this: millions of hardworking people spent their entire lives believing they were not enough, while carrying the weight of society silently on their backs. The farmer was never weak. The laborer was never less intelligent. The poor were never the burden. They were carrying the burden. And perhaps the future changes the moment society finally sees them, not with pity, but with understanding. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.